What are the pivot points that you see matter?
I think you have to understand the foundational issue is that it's 20% more expensive to manufacture in the United States than anywhere else in the world, and that's after you take out the cost of labor. And that's because of policies that we've imposed on ourselves. You know, we can talk about the importance of infrastructure, we can talk about comprehensive immigration reform, we can talk about the skills gap, all very vital, important issues for manufacturing. But the root of what I think is stopping us from really taking off again in this country is that 20% cost disadvantage. Taxes, regulation, energy policy, kind of the things that should be really easy to get right if Congress and the administration, whoever's in charge, just does it.
So on regulation, because regulation comes up a lot, what sort of world is that? Is it just all regulations are bad? Is there a consortium that can be brought together to begin looking at the fact that, you know, I have a place out on the Eastern Shore, and I'm sort of constantly reminded of, you know, issues related to the Chesapeake Bay, and, you know, you get the old stories of water runoff and issues, and so, you know, you can make the case that there are certain regulations that are worth paying for.
Right. Well, sure. Not all regulation is bad, and I don't think you'd hear anybody in the business community, any responsible business leader, ever say that. What we need from government is, first of all, we need consistency. We need to be at the table when regulations are being discussed and promulgated. Right now, what happens, and this is not a phenomenon, this is not a partisan phenomenon. Over 2,000, MAPI found that over 2,000 regulations have been imposed on manufacturers in the last 30 years. The cost of regulation in this country is nearly $2 trillion. So that cuts into our ability to compete and succeed. If manufacturers are at the table from the start, we can help not only craft sound regulations based on sound science, but we can also agree on the outcomes. And I think that would go a long way to ensuring that the right regulations are developed, that there's consistency, and folks understand what the ground rules are.